Namaste, 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 everyone. Peace and blessings to you. I bring you greetings. I am your host, Empress, and I give thanks for being here today, and I welcome you to today's show, today's podcast on Let's Talk Her Story with Empress. Taboo no more. Today we're going to be spilling the tea. Today's topic embodies women, sisters, taking our rightful place back in society. It's been a while. I think sisters have dropped to a back burner on being the royalty that they once was. And today I am saying to take back your place. Take back your place in our society. Take back your place as the empresses, the goddesses, the princesses, the mothers, the nurturers, the medicine women, the elders back in our society. For some reason, I don't know what has happened in the past couple of years, that women now, I must say, because women, I think we want to do everything, of course. We want to do everything, and I'm saying the whole women's lib, I think sometimes have gone a little too far. And like I said, this is taboo. So not every woman is going to agree with what I say. But just hear me out for a moment, okay? If we go back a couple years, a couple generations, and we look at our mothers, our grandmothers, who used to take care of the family, who were the elders, the medicine women in our community, we could go to, and they taught us, the many lessons about a woman, being a woman, how to take care of ourselves, how to clean our house, how to take care of the children, the things that we do if we're a wife, how to take care of your home, take care of your future, to someday take care of your future husband. And there's nothing wrong with that. A lot of times in our generation now, a lot of women say, I don't want to take care of any man. I don't want to take care of any house. I don't want to do those things. But I think we've lost something. Though as women we can say, we want to have equal rights. We want to have equal rights as men. And there's nothing wrong with, as a woman, if you do a job that a man does, that yes, you should be equally paid if you're doing the same job that a man is doing. But let's take it back a little bit. We are not men. We are not supposed to be men. We are women. We are nurturers. We are the lovers. We are the ones who take care of the home, who makes the home. We are those things. We are that tender part of the family. And as a woman, myself, I don't want to be a man. I don't want to do the work that men do. I don't want to climb trees, cut trees. I don't want to be out there pouring cement. I don't want to be out there, climbing poles and doing all of those things. No, I don't. Now, don't take me the wrong way. There are women who are geared more into that part of life, and that's okay. But let's take it back. We are women. The Most High, the Creator, gave us something that He did not give to men. He gave us a womb. He gave us breast, right? A womb to carry our children. A man could never understand what it feels like to have a child growing inside of you for 9 months and to feel every kick that baby makes inside of you. To birth a child into this world, a man could never understand that. He gave us breasts, these beautiful breasts that he gave us, to be a source to feed our children, to nourish our children when they come into this world. That is something a man could never understand either. And he gave it to us. He blessed us. Though they may be all beautiful for the men to look at, aesthetically, or in the bedroom, that's a different story. But for us as women, as mothers, that's why he gave it to us. So when we bring children into this world, and a lot of women now are going back into, they don't want to nurse children anymore. As soon as the child comes out, they're ready to put a bottle in the child's mouth and, keep it moving, like they'd say. But we don't realize what that source of nutrition is for that child. That first year, that first 2 years of a child's life, we have everything right here that child needs. Doesn't need anything else, especially the first year. And I think we have just enough nourishment to nourish that child, to give that child all the antibodies that the child needs, to function for their brain, for their body. He gave us everything that we need. Now, in the society that we're living in, that they say we as women want to be equal to men. And it's a tough thing. It's really, really hard. For me as a mother, I give thanks that when my eldest daughter was born, I was able to stay home, take care of her for 2 years. Before I nursed her for 2 years. She was almost on her second birthday when I'm like, okay, I think you've had enough, And then my twin daughters, I nursed them for at least 8 months. And then, it just got a little bit too much. They needed more. They needed more nutrition than I was providing for them. So I had to supplement between the breast and the bottle, so that they had enough to sustain themselves to grow. But I think in our society now, it has been in such a place that now women have to work a lot more. A lot more women have to go out there to work instead of staying home to take care of the family, because there are more single families right now, single parents, single mothers especially, in the household. So women are forced to have the children, and then they have to go to work and have a job or 2 jobs to be able to take care of the home, to take care of the children. So my show today, because as I look on my life and I look in our society, I see that we are losing something. We are losing women in the home. We are losing women in the home. And children now are not being mothered. They're not being parented. Children now, mothers have to go back to work. So children are basically being raised by babysitters. Not even the grandmothers now are staying home. Remember the days when our grandmothers would be home and taking care of the children, and they say baking cookies and doing all the great things that grandmothers used to do. Now we don't have that. The grandmothers now are just as young, and they still want to be out there getting their groove on and partying because they're so much younger. They're saying they don't even want to be called grandma. They want to be called, like my doctor called me, a glamma. You know, they want to be called other names other than grandma because they don't see themselves as the elders as our mothers and grandmothers were once upon a time. So women now are going back to work, and you have children who are now being parented by iPads, the television, and everything else. And it is very sad. It is very sad as I look and I see a lot of children now, even when you're out in the stores, the only thing you see is a child with an iPad in front of them. Parents are not taking their children to the parks as they used to. They stick them in front of the television or they buy them an iPad. So your child, by the time your child is 2 or 3 years old, knows the password to be able to get on their iPads. Know all the shows that are going on television, that they can push the remote and watch their own show while the parents are doing their own thing. And it is very sad. The children are not growing up with respect anymore, where they respect their elders. I see children now who are calling adults by their first name. Never was there where growing up as a child would call an adult by their first name. Oh my God, you probably would have lose a few of your teeth if your parent or your grandmother ever hear you calling an adult by her first name. But that is the society that we're living in right now. And it is sad. I'm saying we have to bring back the family unit. We have to bring back the family unit because we are losing this generation. We are losing the connection to family and what family is all about. You know, I'm not saying like with the whole women's lib and they're saying women have a right to do anything that men can do, and women, when they say in the 70s, women threw their bras out and, you know, and all of that, and women say, I want to be equal to a man, I want to do what a man does, and wow, I am to a point, I don't agree with all of that. Yes, I agree now to the day that we're in, if you're doing the same job, yes, you should get paid the same amount of money they're getting paid. But we shouldn't want to be men. We shouldn't want to be men. That feminine energy and masculine energy, or the place a man has in the house and the place a woman have in the house, collectively we make this work. I am not second to a man, and he is not, you know, the head of me where he speaks and I listen. We are an equal. You have a king and you have a queen, and we rule side by side. It is not behind a good man there's a good woman. It's beside a good man there's a good woman, and together we can rule. But now that's not happening. That's not happening. You see women now just carry themselves in any way. They do everything. And you look at the children now. The children are dressing just like the adults. I'm saying, where do we draw the line? Where do we draw the line? And saying, a child, an adult. The family unit, yes, we can do everything. We as women, we are super. We are super. Way back when women would fight wars, women would do so much, was do farming, they do a lot. Yes, we can do it all. But in this day and age, we must ask ourselves a question. We can do it all, but really, should we do it all? Or should we have to do it all? They said, you know what? You can do it all, but not all at the same time. Because if you choose to do it all at the same time, something is going to lack. You may decide you want your career, and at the same time you want a family. Can you do it all? Something is going to lack because you cannot give both things 100%. Now, you may be able to give your career 100%, but the family unit is going to suffer some because you're not going to be home. You're not going to be the one taking care of the children, teaching the children, nurturing the children. Someone else is going to do that job. And many times it's not even a family unit. It's not a family. It's a babysitter you've hired, and you pray that they will take care of your children while you go to work or while you travel. And then so now what's happening is that many women, because there's so much single parent houses, are deciding we go back to school, we get our education, we get our degrees. So now we are putting having a family on the back burner. So now women are having children much older now. They're getting their careers together